Hello Rog fans, and today we're in the music room because I'm recharging your computer. Earlier today I was away in sleepy Rog Snoozyland, and I was in the world of Rog's dreams, and this time there was no courting junction involving Kylie Minogue, and we had a thought. The huge gap between the ears where the empty space is, some neurons randomly collided and created a thought process, and this posed a question, and the question that this posed is, why is our currency getting smaller? Now, some people have said, oh, the reason it's getting smaller because it's all a conspiracy buy. To which the Rog says, well, no, not really. No, there's no evidence of that. The Rog is more prepared to say that is actually true when he stretched the imagination. And the Rog thought about it, and he thought, well, hold on. All Western currencies are fiat currencies, and fiat currencies are not backed by precious metals, ergo they have no intrinsic value. Their only value is what they're made out of. Now, in the case of notes, that's paper, which is thousands of a penny, it is worthless. But plastic is worth less. So that's why the Bank of England, which isn't owned by England, it's run as an independent private bank, decided that we should have plastic notes, because plastic notes have less value than paper, and paper is essentially worthless anyway. So that was nice, wasn't it? And then they thought, well, while we're at it, let's decrease, I think the Royal Mint wanted, didn't it? Decrease the amount of copper and nickel balance in the coins, because copper's worth money. That's why on the propaganda broadcasts they're always ranting on about people breaking into building yards and stealing great big rolls of copper because it's worth a fortune. Well, there used to be lots of copper in the UK in 2p pieces and pennies and stuff like that, and in the pound coin. Well, they've changed it now. They've put more nickel in, because nickel's worth a lot less than copper. And when you think about it logically, the Rog thought, because our currency is continually devaluing because it is not backed by anything of value, and the more of it is that there is in the system, the less value it has. Inflation only exists in fiat currencies. It doesn't exist in currencies backed by precious metals, because the price of gold and silver never crashes. It never plummets. It's practically constant. So the value of the currency is constant, which is great for the economy and reduces poverty significantly. Because it's very difficult to be poor if your pound coin is made out of a pound's worth of silver, because the cost of gold and silver fluctuates. So you've got £10 to spend on food, and you've got a family of 4, and you're poor, and you think, oh no, I've only got 10 quid, that's not going to be enough. If the cost of silver has increased, could be as much as 20 pence or 10 pence, that £10 coin, those £10 worth of coins you've got in your hand is now worth £11, £12. So you go and take it to the local smelter, the old gold people, you have it melted, you sell it for its raw precious metal value, which will give you a bonus of 12 quid, maybe 13 quid. Now you're richer. Brilliant. That's why poverty can't exist in precious metal based currencies, which is why they banned it, almost worldwide banned it. So there can be poor people, which is disgusting. And the poor people are paying a lot more taxes than the rich people do, because the rich people don't pay any taxes largely, isn't they? Completely unfair. So if your currency is becoming worth less all the time, then why not just shrink the coins as well? Because shrink them and fill them with more metals that have less value. The average £1 coin in 2002 taken to a smelters will be worth between 2 and 3 pence. Today it's worth about 1 to 2 pence. It's clever. So by shrinking the coins, they can make them have even less value than they currently have. Is this a blatant psychological ploy to let us know subconsciously that what we're carrying around in our hands has no value and is completely worthless, and all our notes are IOUs and they don't have any value at all? Or is it something else? Because it certainly isn't security. If you look at how much fraud there is regarding currency per country, it's incredibly small. The biggest abusers of the monetary system are those that run it. So that's interesting. So that's why I think they're giving us coins and notes that are worth even less and are small and just pointless and flimsy, because the money has no value. It's flimsy and pointless. It's just a waste of time. And when was it democratically that us, the people who give them their money, that pay for all their houses and their holidays and their inflation-free pensions, when do we vote and say, actually, yeah, we like to have our currency worthless? Anyway, Rog Rants, that's what I was thinking today, and I'm sure you've got some fascinating comments to chuck in the old doodah thingamajig. And don't forget, it's not reality. Choo-choo.